You've been wanting to start yoga, but you're afraid to go because you don't know the lingo. Maybe you're unfamiliar with some of these terms you've heard thrown around, like downward facing dog or forward fold, or the Sanskrit names like Tadasana and Virabhadrasana. So don't worry, in this beginning video here, I'm going to show you some basic, very popular common poses or asanas that are used in pretty much every type of yoga, whether you're doing hot yoga, vinyasas, Vin, restorative, and many of the other types of yoga that are available out there today, whether you're doing it at home or you're doing it in a studio somewhere or maybe outside. So we're going to begin today with a couple of basic moves, poses that are used in, as I said, almost every class that you will go to. And these are part of what we call the sun salutations. And there are a few different variations of the sun salutations that you may go through, and oftentimes we just do modifications or we add in different asanas throughout the routine because of certain other peak poses we might be working towards, like more balancing poses such as Warrior 3 or maybe Eagle pose. So we're going to begin as we normally do, standing in mountain pose, which is standing tall with our chin parallel to the floor, grounded through all four corners of the feet. And what that means is that you want your feet flat on the mat, you want your toes pointing forwards, and you want to try to have even weight distributed on both feet. And the four corners just means like the sides of your ankle as well as the front part of your feet. All 10 toes are not gripping the mat, but they're nice and relaxed. You can even lift your toes and put them back down. So we're standing tall because this is a great way to work on your posture as well. So we want to roll those shoulders back and just slowly recognize your breath. I want you to just breathe in normally through your nose and then exhale. And I invite you on your next inhale to take a nice deep inhale and feel it come through your lungs all the way down into your diaphragm. And maybe hold it for a second or two, let it reverse, and then you're going to exhale. We're going to exhale through our mouth and just kind of sigh it out. It's a great way to help relax some tension in the shoulders, because whether you're doing this practice in the morning, in the afternoon when you're a little tired, or in the evening, we want to let go of any of that stress or kinks that we have in our shoulders. So breathe in and breathe out. Nice big sigh. I also like to set an intention. Continue breathing all the way in through the diaphragm. So at the beginning of each practice, whether I'm doing a short 10-minute meditation or a 15 or 20-minute wake up in the morning or an hour and a half long practice during the day, I like to set an intention that maybe it's to make it all the way through and do every pose and try to hold it as best as I can, or maybe to do a modification and alter that pose. Also, your intention could just be showing up today. Your intention could be to learn something new, or to just let go of everything that's on your mind and focusing on the here and now, because that's what yoga is about. It's about being present and being mindful and not thinking about yesterday or tomorrow. So as we're standing in mountain pose, maybe you have your essential oils, your diffuser going with some uplifting aromas to wake you up in the morning. I like to use a nice blend of some citrus and floral with a little bit of earthy tone in there as well. I have bergamot, lavender, Douglas fir, and green mandarin in my diffuser right now. Very soothing and uplifting. Gives you the sense of being outdoors too. So it's a great way to really get into your practice. So we're breathing in, and on the next inhale, go ahead and as you inhale, we're going to bring our arms up and overhead. And then as we slowly exhale, come down, hinging gently at the hips, bending the knees. Always keep a bend in your knee because we don't want to put a lot of pressure on the knees or the ankles. And go ahead and just drop your head. Let your head dangle here. Then on an inhale, we're going to come up just halfway. And then whatever your version of halfway is, you kind of look like the number 7. But again, don't lock the knees, but try to have a straight back and pull your forehead, your top of your head, your crown forward, and roll your shoulders back so the ears are away from the shoulders. And then exhale, bringing it back down into forward fold. This is a great move for stretching in the morning or the afternoon, great for reducing stress and helping get the circulation going. Inhale, come up, root to rise, as they say. You're going to bring your arms up and overhead. Nice, big, deep inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to come back down through the middle into a nice forward fold. Go ahead and let that out. Now the next exhale, we're going to go ahead and step the right foot back. So ever so gently, we're going to bring that right foot back. So you're kind of in a, what we call either a runner's lunge, and you want your left knee over the left ankle. You don't want it overextended like this, because then you're putting too much pressure on the knee. So planting your palms on the ground using all 10 fingers, spreading them nice and wide as the mat. Your hands and the back foot, you can either drop that back knee like this in an equestrian style with your toes curled or flat on the ground, or keeping them curled with the back leg up and extended, reaching that heel, that back heel towards the back wall if there was a wall behind you. And this is known as runner's lunge or high lunge. Now if you're feeling ready and able, you have balance, you're grounded through all 4 corners of your front foot, come on up halfway. Maybe bringing the hands to the hips, breathing, because your breath is really what's going to give you more strength and encouragement. And as you're doing these poses, you're going to give yourself more flexibility, but also energy into every cell of your body. So go ahead and exhale, come forward, planting the palms on your mat. Then we're going to plant both palms. We're going to bring that left foot back, coming into a plank. You're going to keep a nice straight back if you can. If you need to, you can always drop a knee. I encourage yogis, whatever's comfortable, the full plank, nice straight, or take a knee and bring those feet up. So we're going to do what we call chaturanga, which is a vinyasa. It's a flow when you go from one pose to another, in which basically you can either drop gently with control, drop the knees as you inhale and exhale, coming down all the way down to the mat, lowering your feet, keeping your hands right at shoulder height, right at your shoulders. Then you can do a baby cobra, where you're just gently lifting your chest up, your shoulders back, and your head up, but not applying much pressure on your hands. Or you can come into, this is cobra, where your hips, your pelvis is still on the ground, your feet are flat, your legs are down, and you're looking up here. And this is cobra, and your shoulders should be down away from the ears. Or you can do upward facing dog, where you're up higher on your thighs, but you're still looking forward, chest forward, shoulders down and back. And then from here, we're going to do a nice smooth move and bring those hips back, curl the toes under, keeping your hands planted, bring the hips up towards the sky or the ceiling, and you're in downward facing dog. Now in downward facing dog, your fingers are spread, you're putting weight evenly distributed on your feet and your hands, and you're melting your heart towards your thighs, like so. Now some people can flatten their feet if you have flexible and not tense calves or hamstrings. That's something we work for. Right here, we often call this walking the dog. When you walk your feet, and you can gently just let your head dangle, maybe move your head left to right, shake your head yes or no. Work that out. As we're breathing, taking nice deep belly breaths, breathing in through the nose, and then switching and letting it exhale, coming all the way out. Now from here, we're going to walk our feet forward, baby steps or a big step. And we're back in our forward fold. Here again, you can just let the head dangle. You can grasp opposite elbows and do a nice hang here with a nice gentle bend in the knees, and your ribs and tummy are on your upper thighs. Or you can also grasp your hands behind your legs if you want a little more of a stretch. Awesome. Now from here, go ahead. I invite you to inhale, and we're going to come up, root to rise, all the way out. Feel a nice big stretch. Exhale, bring it back down into a forward fold. And now from here, we're going to step back with our left foot this time, curling, keeping those toes up. Again, in that runner's lunge or the high lunge here. Or you can drop the knee in equestrian. And again, you can bring the weight up a little bit this way. As long as that front knee is over the front ankle, they're in line. The back foot can be curled or it can be flat on the mat, yogi's choice. And we're breathing here for a couple of cycles. And if you have balance, feel free to come up off of that back leg into a high lunge. And bringing the arms up as you inhale and exhale. Maybe inhale, we come up. Exhale, we bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. We always want to sync up the breath when we're doing movements. Excellent. Planting your palms back down on the mat. We're going to step the right foot back, come into our chaturanga again, or plank, and then lowering all the way down to the belly. Flattening the feet, coming up into a cobra, baby cobra, regular, or upward facing dog. And for here, we're going to go ahead and bring those hips up towards the sky into our downward facing dog again. And go ahead and I invite you to take a couple of cycles of breath here. And on the next breath, go ahead and lower your knees to the mat. You want your knees to be about hip width apart, and your hands should be planted on your mat just underneath your shoulders. And this is the tabletop position here. And from here, we can go into our cat-cow. Now, a cow would be dropping the belly as we inhale, bringing the head up and the hip points up towards the ceiling. Again, dropping the belly. Feet are flat on the mat and grounded. And then exhale, rounding out like a cat would, because here you're keeping the elbows a little bit bent, but you have even weight distributed on the knees as well as the hands. Again, it should be on all 10 fingers. As you exhale, and you're arching your spine, the dorsi latimus, as well as extending it there. And then we're going to inhale into cow, exhale into cat. Let's do a couple of cycles of these. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. Keep going. This is a great way to really gently, with control, stretching the spine, because we're doing extension and flexion here. Very good for movement of the spine. And then coming back into neutral, into tabletop position. From here, I'm going to have you just sit back towards your heels, bring your tailbone back, and yogi's choice here, you can leave your hands out in front in extended child's pose. And we want to try to you can keep your knees hip width apart, or if you'd like, you can also widen them. Put your knees towards the outside edge of your mat. It gives you a little more flexibility here. Bringing your forehead down to the mat, and then just massaging your forehead here, or you can bring your hands up. You can cross your arms and make a little pillow. Yogi's choice, but this is a great way to relax in between poses whenever you're doing a good practice, a good workout. You can always take a knee, come into child's pose, because yoga is your practice. You have to listen to your body. So while you're in child's pose, go ahead and relax your head down, relax your neck, and try to bring that tailbone down towards your mat as well. So you're, again, still giving a nice stretch to the spine and putting space in between each of the vertebrae. And just breathing here. Okay, on the next inhale, go ahead and come back up to all fours. And however you want to get there, we are going to swing around, gently coming onto our sits bone here. And we're going to put our legs out in front of us. And we're going to carefully and slowly lower back into what is known as Shavasana, or corpse pose. We're going to extend one leg out facing that corner, another leg to this corner, with your arms at your sides. They could be close to you. You can put them on your chest if you'd like, or maybe put them out at 45-degree angle, whatever's more comfortable for you. And just slowly take notice of your breath, breathing in and out. And we're going to do what we call a body scan. We often do this usually at the end of your practice. If you like, you might want to roll your shoulder blades underneath. I call this angel wings. This way you're opening up your chest to kind of relaxing the pecs, where we often are very tense here from either sitting in front of a desk or a computer, sitting on a couch, or even driving. So in this body scan, we're going to take notice of how our body feels, paying attention to each area, starting with the feet. We work our way up. And just noticing how your feet feel. Maybe even making circles with your ankles. Excellent. And then taking notice of your calf muscle, your lower leg. Feel the weight on the mat or on the earth. And moving up to your knee. How do your knees feel? How about your thighs, your hamstrings, feeling the weight of your legs on the mat? From there, moving up towards your sits bones, to your coccyx and your sacrum. How does your low back and your hips feel? And then moving up the spine, taking notice how your organs feel, your ribs, your lungs, all the way up your spine towards your shoulders. Feeling the weight of your upper body on the mat, how your mat's going to take care of you. And take notice of your shoulder, your upper arm, the weight of your arm and your elbow on the mat or on the floor, maybe on the earth. Breathing in, nice big breath in, fresh air, lots of love in. And exhaling, just letting go of what doesn't serve you. Maybe if there's something bothering you, you can leave that on the mat. It'll evaporate. So what you take off the mat with you is lots of love in, and sharing that with the world. And just noticing how your arms feel, your wrist, your hands, maybe doing circles with the hands. I invite you to stay here in a nice meditation pose if you like. Or if you need to get up, we're going to slowly, with control, move to your side, your preferred side, either the right side or the left, and just lay on your side, stacking one leg over the other, making a pillow with your arms to rest your head. You always want to get up with slow, controlled movements. Nice big breath. And when you're ready, slowly come up into what we call easy pose, Sakusana. And this is another pose we often start or end our practice with. Usually we cross our legs and rest our hands. You can rest your palms on your knees, or maybe putting them up with a mudra. And if you remember what your intention was at the beginning of our practice today, if it was for just showing up today, thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for showing up here and spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. I know how valuable our time is today. And thank you for taking care of yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit. And I hope you found this short beginner flow lesson helpful for you. I hope you will share this with others and come back and watch future videos. Let me know in the comments below what you liked about this video and what other poses or sequences you'd like to see in the future. I'd love to hear what works for you, what's not working, and for showing up today. And bring our palms together at our heart space in front. And I want to thank you again for being here. It means the world to me. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button so you can follow me in future videos I post every week. I also post little tips and techniques throughout the week as well. You can follow me here on YouTube. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And I look forward to your comments. Please have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Namaste. And if you're not familiar with the word namaste, that is how we share with each other when we say the light in me sees the light in you. We respect each other for whoever we are, and we want to be able to practice both on and off the mat, being respectful as well as honorable to each other, and to learn from each other. Remember, this is your body. Don't compare yourself to other people, because everybody is different. Everybody can do yoga, and I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you very much.